friends. It doesn't work when I say friends, so I say ladies and gentlemen. Yes, now we have 4 groups, and do your best, and there's one writer, and your input is written on 2 sheets of paper, one for question 1 and one for question 2, and they will be sticked on the wall afterwards. And no remarks are, how do you call that? Stupid is not a good word, are non-intelligent. Please look into your head and heart for good answers. And I think we can start. Oh yes, at a certain moment, Marijn shouts to all of us, and then we start, and one of you from every group gives the core of each group.
This is a shout. So I think we want to share now the most important results from question 1 and 2.
Or only 1?
Or just question 1. But then only if it's a really good answer.
So we have looked into question 1, and we came up with a few essential, very few, we hope, a little Buddhic words, and Richard is going to tell them to us.
Oh, I'm going to tell it? Oh, boy. Well, again, practical solutions on look at your life and possessions. How can you recognize the life items you need and function as a responsible unit? The key thought is focus on universal ideals. Then you become a channel for others. That's it. Very simple. No, I think that... No, I think, again, if everybody looks at the best of us, what we are really, our goal, our swabhava, our self, etc., all the rest will start falling in line automatically. If you're thinking very much of life and universe and the globe and what we can do to help others and so forth and so on, ideals of this sort, and eventually, and one of the key jewels that is very practical, that almost everybody can have at least some good grasp of, is reincarnation. This gives us a very much more of something which is becoming more and more popular in the world, and gives it more of the grasp that we're here to really improve everything. We're not just here to stay for 80 years and live in heaven or in hell somewhere, you know. So the ideals are the most important. Focus on them. Universal, the correct ones, the true ones, of course, and then the rest will fall in line.
Thank you. I'm going to take a risk and see if I can involve you guys as well. Are you ready? A very short summarization, I think it was, right?
I will try.
Could you, Ben, pick out 1, 2, or maybe 3?
I'll take only a few thoughts. The first thing we said is take only what you really need to start with. And start with from a spiritual view and place the things in that context. That's very important. That's the starting point. The spiritual view, and then the vision is very important. And see the material things only as a means to function in this world, not as a goal as such. And related to the spiritual view, be open-minded to receive the life atoms of others. That's also very important. A practical example was mentioned was Bill Gates. He earned a lot of money with Microsoft, and now he has a foundation to give the money back to society. That was a practical example mentioned here. Also, to start as high as possible within yourself. Start with on the spiritual level, and then translate that vision to the mental level, and then to the material level. So the vision is very.
How would you do that practically? Walking around your house and seeing whatever you have.
If you have the vision that you are part of totality, that your world you live in is not till your front door, but that you are part of the whole world, your decisions you take, you always place in that context. So the reach of your consciousness is in fact the world you take decisions in. So if you have that spiritual vision that you are part of a living being, Joke mentioned in her lecture, then also the mental decisions and considerations you have will you place in that vision, and then the translation to the material plane, what you buy, will also be in that context. For instance, if you realize that you are also responsible.
That's great. I think you're already going to question number 2, right?
Yeah, it is of course difficult to separate it.
Is there any one thing you would like to add from the answers to question number 2?
For question number 1, we have a very nice 7-step plan. So anyone who likes to know, just come and read.
All right, that's great. I just heard that there will be terrible karmic consequences if we eat into Jim's time, so could you keep it short?
Sure.
We like to share what we have found.
All right. So we came to the conclusions that what we need to function as a responsible living unit is spiritual vision, stewardship, being a responsible caretaker, and participating in a non-competitive education, stimulative education.
Now that's a short summary. Excellent, thank you. That's a challenge, guys. Please help me here. What you do not need, or what you don't use, that's a good way of looking at it. Share it, give it away. And you do not lose ideals when you share them. Actually, you multiply them. Playing together is sharing together. That was an old saying from your neighborhood, right, Vijay?
Yes.
We just introduced the Dutch saying into the English language, and it's going to spread from Julian on, I think, right? What do we want to add from this group? Henk, anything we're missing?
Well, I think... this was also the comparison of the society with the family. And when you think about the problems in society and you understand it is a big family, you directly see answers and you directly find ways to reform.
And maybe one example to wrap it up, Gandhi was visiting Britain, and one of the journalists was asking, you have a meeting with the Queen tomorrow. Are you going to visit her just wearing your loincloth? And Gandhi thought about it and said, I think the Queen wears enough clothes for the both of us.
Friends, we are in time for Jim. Jim, hooray. Most of the times I'm too late. Now we are in time to hear your lecture. And I think this is a start. I do hope this doesn't close, this way of thinking doesn't close with this morning.